Hi, my name is Walton and I'm a cognitive hypnotherapist. And today I want to talk to you about why diets don't work and how it relates to what I call the 10,000 BC brain. Now, I'm not an expert on nutrition or diet or anything medical. What I do know about is about the brain and the behaviours and where things come from. And I know that from personal experience, and I know that from working with many clients. Now, I reckon at this time of year there's quite a few of you that are starting to think about what diet you're going to go on in the new year to lose all that weight from scoffing stuff over Christmas, like we all do. Somehow Christmas is all about eating, but actually the problems we have with weight are not about 1 or 2 days in the year. They're about behaviours that go through the whole year. Behaviours that, if you're anything like me, you've struggled with your whole life, going from one diet to another. And you may believe that because you've always dieted, that you're not very successful, that you don't have a great deal of willpower. But imagine how much willpower it really takes to lose weight successfully, as I'm sure you've done on countless occasions, and to keep on trying. That's a lot of willpower. So this isn't about willpower. So let me explain to you, as I understand it, why diets are so difficult for us to do. The brain is very primitive. The biggest part of our brain is designed to help us survive, to keep us alive, to make sure that we eat enough and that we live. That's our main driver. Everything else, it's nice to have. But everything else is the thing that distinguishes us from animals. That extra bit of the brain is the thing that allows us to make free choice. But it's a nice to have. It's like the radio on a car. If the battery's running a bit low, you don't switch the radio on. It's not necessary. And that part of our brain, our subconscious part of our brain, is the bit that's necessary. The conscious part, well, we can take it or leave it. And that's why you can find yourself constantly frustrated that you feel like you should be able to do something, but somehow there's something drawing you back and stopping you doing it. That's the 10,000 BC brain. Our brains are designed to survive in the caveman days. And how does this apply to diets and what we eat? Well, we have evolved to work in a certain way. Our bodies have evolved to work in a certain way. In the caveman days, you didn't have a constant abundance of food. You would have time of feast, where you'd caught a beastie and you were scoffing it, and you'd have time of famine, where you hadn't managed to catch anything and you lived off berries or whatever it was you ate in the caveman days. Personally, no idea. But your body is used to having times where there was almost nothing to eat. And in that mode, your body goes into a shutdown mode, a preserve, because it never knew how long a famine was going to last. So the minute that you limit the nutrients in your body and you limit the type of food that you're having and the quantity of food that you're having, your body goes, oh, hang on a second, lads, we're in famine. And we know what famine means. Famine means that we may not get any more food for quite a long time. So what we need to do is shut down, preserve, protect what we have, not use anything that we don't need to use. And so your metabolism will naturally slow down to respond to a reduction in the quantities of what you eat. And that may mean you lose weight, obviously. There comes a point at which you start losing weight. The problem is that on a diet, there are times where you come off a diet. Maybe a birthday, or a holiday, or Christmas. Times where you take a break from your diet and you just eat sort of what you want to eat. And what does your body do? Way up, lads. It's time for feast. Quick, stock up. Everything you can get, everything that you put in your body starts storing it. Because at some point it knows a famine's going to come again. And it needs to sort it for a famine. So your body is designed to work in this cycle of not having enough food and slowing down, having plenty of food, stocking up. And this is why those of us who've done diets for life find that you can lose a certain amount of weight, feel pretty good. At some point you come off the diet and you put more weight back on than you lost in the first place. Our bodies are designed to work that way, and that's why diets don't work. Diets don't work in terms of allowing us to lose weight permanently for life. That requires a lifestyle change. That requires something permanent and possibly permanently in your head. Because this isn't about your body. In fact, most of you, if you've been on diets, will not have listened to your body for many, many years. The food that you've eaten has always fulfilled some sort of rule. Maybe it's the number of sins or points or carbs or calories or fat content. Everything you eat has labels on it these days. So everything you eat, you can judge and decide, is that okay? And even when you don't eat something that's okay, even when you're naughty, then you're still ignoring your body because you're saying, okay, I'm going to eat that. I know it's got too much fat in it, too many calories, whatever. And therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat all of it, and I might as well because I've already blown it. And then you eat beyond the point at which you feel well. You eat till you're too full, till you're stuffed. Sometimes to the point at which you feel sick. And then you look back and go, why did I do that? And you do it because you can. Because on a diet you're not allowed to, and if you're breaking your diet, you can. That's still not listening to your body. Because if your body's telling you you're full and you continue to eat, you're not listening to your body. When did you last really taste the food you ate? When did you last really notice the flavour? Each mouthful, how it feels on your tongue, how it tastes, what happens when it hits your stomach. I want you to try that when you finish watching this. I want you to try, for the next day or so, everything you eat, when it gets into your mouth, close your eyes and taste it. Not when you're putting it in your mouth, because that could get a bit messy. But when you actually have it in your mouth and you can taste it and you can feel what it feels like when you hit your stomach. And you might find that that surprises you. You might find that actually, when you do that, that the food you're eating doesn't taste the way you thought it did. Because when you're eating it for what it gives you, rather than breaking a rule or whatever, you might find that your mind and body naturally communicate about what's right for you. You just haven't listened before. And that's what I do. When I work with clients who want to lose weight, I help them get over the emotional imperative to eat. I help them turn food to be nothing more than fuel. Because if you drive, you don't stop at a petrol station every time the little bit of petrol runs out and fill up again. When your tank gets low, you put enough petrol in to keep you going. And the body is the same. Food really is just fuel. It should have no more meaning. And if it has more meaning than that, then that's what we need to change. And that's what I'll work with you on. Changing the relationship you have with food. Not dieting, not an abnormal cycle for your body, but changing in the head what food means to you. And once that relationship's changed, then you have freedom of choice. You have free will and the ability to choose what size you want to be, how much you want to eat, and you can truly start to enjoy what you're eating. Enjoying what you're eating because it means nothing more than a fuel to keep you going. So after listening, just a little thing that I'd ask you to do. Go away and truly taste your food without any guilt or any numbers or any labels. The next thing you eat, when it's in your mouth, close your eyes and taste it. It might surprise you what you find out.